You always exemplify this queendom about you. I was like, I saw you at the mayor's ball and you had your queen attire on. I was like, her royal attire.
Look. Can I tell a true tale? That stuff was hot. Right? I had tissues up in the side because it was not cotton and it did not breathe. Right? Look, the face may have been beat. I was glowing, but honey, it was a fire.
Hey beautiful people, it's Success Mentor Dante J. Worth, and I'm back with another video right here on Audacious Believer TV! Woo! Now if this is your first time tuning in, I need you to make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Make sure that you like this video.
Absolutely.
And make sure that you comment down below. Me and my team absolutely love to read your comments. Now tonight, we are being joined by the fabulous, the beautiful, you want to introduce yourself, darling?
Melanie Funchess.
Yes! I invite Melanie here tonight to talk about healthy self-talk. Now, on our channel, we've been talking about storytelling. We're talking about how your story matters. It matters to other people as well as it matters to you. And I want to know for you, how do you manage to have positive self-talk about yourself even when there's calamity going on in your life?
Oh, well, when you have calamity and all kind of fooly-wang and shenanigans going on, that is the most important time to have healthy self-talk. And so, but my thing is, there's certain things that are always the same. Yourself is not defined by your circumstance, right?
Yes.
So, even though I know that all kinds of foolishness is happening all around me, I know I'm still fabulous.
Yes!
Right?
I know I'm still fabulous.
I'm still fabulous.
Yes.
You know, even if my bank account is saying that I'm only semi-liquid, I'm still fabulous, right?
Yes.
And so, because our healthy self-talk is about who we are. It's not about our circumstance.
Yeah.
So we've got to remember that that this is about who I am.
Yeah.
You know, my circumstances change from time to time. I've gone from rags to riches to rags to riches to rags, right? Yeah. But my rags are bad.
Yeah.
Because I am in them, right?
Yes.
And so what I want people to remember is, you are always you. Your circumstances do not define your self-worth.
Yeah, I know a lot of people when they leave their homes, I always talk to my clients about when you leave your home, you grab your keys, you grab your wallet, and you grab all the faces that you need for the day. You have to grab those faces to be a student, a teacher, or with all those faces. So how do you keep that person underneath all those masks healthy?
You recognize that at some point you have to take all those masks off. And it's like when we wear makeup and we take our makeup off and we scrub our face and we put on our astringents and all of our stuff. Yeah. We've got to take all those things and be able to stand naked. And become comfortable with ourselves, right? Because like as a big girl, right? I am love. You gotta love the big girl. But I take the big girl thing in my family. That's a generational thing. My mother was called the big girl, right? My sister, the big girl, and I embrace this. And it's, to me, I don't mean it in a bad way. I mean, I'm the big girl. I wear my big girl panties. It's like I'm on it. Yes, right. Yes. But the way we do that is being able to stand naked and love what this is, because it's created. And every lump, bump, bruise. I remember hearing a thing about when, I think it's the Chinese, when a pot gets cracked, they fill it with gold. Because the story of the cracks are about where the value is. Ooh, that's right. And so my thing is, every scar, bump, lump, dimple is part of the fabric of my story. Right. And you know, we always talk about we don't look like what we've been through, but when we stand naked, I look like what I've been through, and I'm still standing. I'm still alive. I'm being seen and not viewed.
I don't even look like what I'm going through. How about that one?
Okay.
Like, I don't even look like what I'm going through.
But I've got to stand, and we've got to stand as people, be able to stand and look at this and be like, the fact that I'm standing, I'm able to look at it in my right mind. Right. That's a beautiful thing, and that not everybody has. And so, just being able to be naked and clean it up and be able to say, "This is okay," you know. And then when you say, "Well, Melanie, you're saying we perfect," I said, "No, I'm saying that you're beautifully flawed human." When you talk about different things have value because of the different flaws that are in them that make them unique. Yes. You know, and it's not saying that you've got to love the creation, because the thing is that like for me to not love the creation, I says I don't love the creator.
Okay.
So it's a very spiritual thing for me. I got to love me.
Yes, I know that you wear a lot of hats. You are a commissioner in the city school district.
Yes.
You are working for the Mental Health Association.
Yes.
You wear so many different hats. So how do you find peace in all of that, and all those different roles that you have?
Well,
to play?
one of the primary things is I have a sister circle. I have a group of women who hold me down.
Yes.
Shout y'all out, y'all hold me down. Right? And no, because not only do they affirm me and love me and lift me, but they call me on my stuff.
Yes.
And and the one thing, if you don't hear nothing else, have your person. Someone who can call you on your crap.
Have your person.
Right? Because my thing is, what happens is, when I'm doing well, they say, go girl, yes. But when I'm ratchet, they say, okay, come on, get your life together.
Come on,
let's get you together.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And you need those people in your life. And that's what keeps me together. Because when I'm doing too much, sometimes sometimes when you're in it, you can't see it.
Yeah, right.
So I need my girl to pull me
somebody
together.
with some foresight that's like, listen, you don't need that mess over there. You can do better. Like you can do better.
Right? And so we have that.
Yeah.
And then I also, for me, I have something that I call a RAP plan, a Wellness Recovery Action Plan. And it's almost like an advanced care directive around my mental health. And so I have certain things in there that, if Melanie is doing these things, she ain't right. I don't care what she tell you, she ain't right.
Right.
And I shared different pieces of this with different people in my
like
life.
An SOS to your friends, like, save me, I need you right now.
Look, save her. She who want to be saved, please save me. I want to be saved. Right?
I love it.
But for real. So, like, there's a sister at my job, right, who knows if you see these three things, you better check me. And she knows she has license to check me. So I was, in fact, and understand, I ain't together all the time. All right, up until a couple weeks ago, I was exhibiting 2 of these signs. And I had been doing it for weeks, right? Because I was down, right? And so she checked me. She said, are you going to get your life together today or tomorrow?
Okay. You like, wait, I don't have a choice today. Can I do this?
Right. So she said this to me, right? And then another sister said, well, I see this. And then I heard it. And what one sister said, you told me that I had to be accountable to you to do this for you. So you need to get your life right. And in that moment I said,
wow.
I had been lying to myself.
Right.
I've been lying to myself and saying, Melanie, whatever. And no, this is okay. No, it wasn't okay. So I went and got my life. Right. I came back and I said, look, I got my life right. And they were like, very good, right? But the thing was that we need people. We are, as humans, we are social beings. We need those people. So, be naked, be able to be good with yourself.
Yeah.
Clean, take off your mask, clean yourself up, and have people.
How do you, like, a lot of times you hear people say, check on your people. A lot of people are going through different things that no one wants.
I say that all the time.
Yeah, they don't want anyone to know about. How do you check on people when everyone always says, I'm okay, or I'm fine? We all know there's something behind I'm okay.
Right.
What does I'm okay meaning you?
For me, when you have relationship with people, you know people. So there's certain sisters that I know that say, oh, I'm okay, and I'll look like, you talking to me. I'm not letting you go.
Right.
And sometimes with the people that we love, we've got to be willing to step into that uncomfortable space, because a lot of times we don't know what's going to be said, and we're scared. So we'll take that okay, even though we know it's not,
right?
Because we're scared of what. Well, if they tell me for real, what am I going to do with that?
How am I going to help?
How am I going to help that? But guarantee you, one of the biggest parts is just being present. One of the biggest things you can do to help.
Even when they give you the stiff arm, though, still stay present.
Right.
Even when
even if they come out, because a lot of people they'll say they'll give you the stiff arm, or we don't push to get the information because we're afraid we're not going to be able to help them. But sometimes the help, when they open up,
is your presence.
Yes. I can't help you get your rent paid, but I'm gonna sit here with you and let you know that it's okay, that it doesn't define you because you're in this financial quandary right at this moment.
Presence is power.
Yes. So being present with somebody or being able to problem solve. I have friends who will call me and say, Melanie, I don't need you to therapize me, right? I just need you to listen, right?
Right.
So I'll sit there and they'll start talking. I say, okay, go.
Yeah.
And I'll have the phone just like this. And I'm doing my thing.
Let them do what they gotta do.
And I'll hear when they get near the end. And they said, girl, I'm so good. Thank you so much. I said, girl, I got you. And then I hang up the phone, right? I ain't done nothing, right? They just knew that there was someone on the other end who was hearing them, right? And that's okay.
That is.
We don't have to save the world. I think for us, particularly as women, we feel we need to save the world. But we don't. Sometimes we seem to be present.
Wow. So in your professional opinion, what do you believe is the biggest obstacle to peace?
Unrealistic expectations.
That's good.
That are extrinsic. Like, peace does not come from stuff. If we could get delivered from the stuff. My peace is not based in, do I have a Range Rover or a Mercedes? My peace is not brokered in, do I have, what kind of person, am I wearing a Birkin bag?
Okay, I know they are cute though.
They're mad cute, don't get me wrong. But my thing is, my peace is not predicated on any of those things. If we can, peace, the biggest inhibitor of peace is that we ascribe our happiness, our joy, and our peace to things that are outside of ourselves. If my peace comes that I know that I affirmed another brother or sister today, I can go sleep, right? Because that's where my peace comes. If my peace comes where I know that I held up a child today. My peace is in things that don't cost money, that are priceless, but you can't buy. And if we put our peace in those things, was I a good person today? Did I affirm people today? Did I live my best self? Did I stand in my truth today? And that's not gonna be true every day.
I've heard Ayanna Banzant say that we're not just defined by our. There's a quote that says that we're shaped by our environments, and it's not our environments that shape us; it's our expectations, our disappointments with those expectations. And I believe that a lot of times we have those expectations about people, about situations, different relationships, and what happens is we just abuse ourselves and break our own hearts when those expectations that no one set but us are broken.
It's like people say, well, Melanie, I went through a number of years where I was moving up professionally, but I felt some kind of way because I wanted my PhD, right? And my mentor, you got sisters, but get a mentor, right? My mentor said to me, and every few years she says, you haven't had that conversation with me in a while. I said, which conversation? In fact, that you feel less than, even though I told you that this degree wasn't, was not the key to unlock the door to where you needed to go, right? And it's true. For me to go where I needed to go, I need to have this set of this body of work, right? I got the body of work, right? And so, but it was for me that I needed this external affirmation that I was right, that I was good enough. Once I turned that inward, and I said, well, Melanie, if you were looking at somebody, you know them by their work. So I looked at my work. I had the work. So this letter, this thing, was this thing that I just, that I had set this expectation. And not that it's unrealistic, I can't go get it, but I was putting more power in it than it deserved. Wow. Now I'm gonna go get it, right? Just on principle, right? But it doesn't.
It's not. It
doesn't hold that power anymore. It doesn't hold that power to be able to guard whether I have peace or not, whether I consider myself successful or affirmed or whole.
What do you believe? I know that right now you're currently up for re-election for the.
No. I'm not up for re-election. I'm up for election because I was appointed. So I got to get. So look, come vote, right?
So, in your professional opinion, what do you believe that the current political climate, not just locally but nationally, has on our mental health?
Oh, boo. I think my mother was a preacher, and she used to say, "As the head is, so goes the body." Because at our head we have this. I heard earlier. I'm gonna say something else. There's a proverb that the ruin of a nation starts in the home, and the head of our country thing is a house, and in that house is discord and anger and evil, but discord and anger and hate speech. that thing trickles out. Like in the parents, when parents are fighting, the children are all discombobulated. Because as our heads go, so go our bodies. So there's this discord that's happening and seeping, and you're seeing people who typically were friends and could get, now they're like, oh, I'm getting calls from people saying, I don't know if I can love my dad. I'm like, you're 50.
I mean, people are
You've been loving
people
your
on Facebook and
dad.
everything.
I mean, it's and I'm like, can we stop?
Right.
Take a step back, take a pause for the cause, and breathe. We do not have to be defined by what is going on out there. And we need to turn it back inward to say, who do I want to be as a person? Who loves me? Who do I love? And how do I show that? Who do I affirm? Who affirms me, and how do we show that? How do we do that affirming? Because my thing is that right now, because this is transitory. You know, we know that this is a transitory thing. People, it's not forever. You know, and so this does not define who we are as people. This is a circumstance. It's like we talked about a few minutes ago. It's too shall pass. So, babies, just but clutch your pearls, gather up, and just hold on.
Yeah. So, without all of your roles and all of your titles, who is Melanie?
Melanie is the hood rat someone gave a book.
Ooh, okay.
At the end of the day, I was a hood chick in the Bronx. I came up here, people adopted me, a whole community adopted me. You know, I mean, literally, I was homeless, and the community adopted me, took me in and raised me, said, you're not going to be a knucklehead, and gave me books. And I mean, so at my heart, I'm still that chick from Avenue D.
Okay, just
right.
Don't run up
East
on her.
Side,
Don't
you
run up
know.
on her.
I'm that. I was Bronx, and I was East Side Avenue D.
Yes.
And I'm that woman who loves her people.
That's good.
And I have one job.
That's good.
Healing for my village. That's it. Everything you see me do, all them hats, all roads lead back to healing for my village.
Yes. All right. That's right. So, you ready for rapid fire questions?
Sure.
All right. Favorite book?
Oh my God. There's so many. The Bridge Called My Back.
The Bridge Called My Back. Who's it by?
Oh gosh. Oh God, it's a series of poems by empowered women of color. The book's like 40 years old.
Oh, okay, I gotta check it out. Favorite movie?
Mahogany.
Finish the sentence. I believe
that my people are great, defined by their circumstance.
Why do you want to be elected as commissioner of the City School District?
Because I want my children, and every child is my child, but every child is our own. I want my children to be restored to their greatness and to be educated so that they can compete on the world stage and tell the world that they are beautiful.
To be audacious means to be
me.
Boom. And there it is. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you. I appreciate it. You have been
I love you. So tell everyone where they can find you online and how they can support you. And
you can support me. You can go to Melanie Funchess for School Board on Facebook. You can go to melaniefunchess.com. That's my website. You can hit me up on my government name, Melanie Funchess, on Facebook.
The whole government says
The whole government. The whole government. Look, I'm old.
You're experienced. You don't get no older.
Okay. Look, I'm seasoned. I am MoBless469 on Twitter, and I'm African Queen Me on Instagram. And just hit me up, find me, follow me, and support me, please, because this is about our village. Because we all we got. Let's make this happen.
Exactly. And I wanted to tell you before I close out that you always exemplify this queendom about you. I was like, I saw you at the mayor's ball and you had your queen attire on. I was like, her royal attire.
Look. Can I tell a true tale? That stuff was hot. Right? I had tissues up in the side because it was not cotton and it did not breathe, right? Look, the face may have been beat, I was glowing, but honey, it was a fire.
So until next time, remember that life is meant to be enjoyed and not just endured. Thank you.
Thank you.
Much.